Well, guys, I did a thing.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab?
For the paint job on this truck, I started off with the upol 4:1 high build primer. Went to the meteor gray metallic. It's like a satin finish. That's what I want for the truck. And of course, for the canopy for the top, I went with raptor liner. And I am really pleased with the results. I'm really excited, guys. I have a bunch of stuff planned for the truck, and I can finally get around to that stuff now that I'm not trying to race the sun, because I did paint all this outside. So if you want to be a part of that journey, or you have a similar project, go ahead and subscribe. Hopefully we can help each other out. If you've been here a while, you've noticed my truck has not had matching panels and has been sitting in primer for good 10 years. And I need to fix that. The original paint job just needed to be fixed, and I was a teenager, and so I decided to do something about it. I know every teenager wants to paint their vehicles. They really just shouldn't, because they're gonna make really bad decisions like I did. So I fixed them. But the big question here is, what kind of results can you expect if you paint your truck yourself? Or any car for that matter. My biggest piece of advice is prep. Sand it down, tape it down, make sure that you have all your lines right before you start spraying, because spraying is the easy part. The prep time is what you are going to notice in the end. You can do something like this and expect pretty good results. Just know, if you are not a professional painter, you are not gonna get perfection, so don't expect it. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it, but there's a couple of places where I got impatient. If you look right here on the door, I had to do a little bit of touch up. The hose nicked it, and then it was showing the primer underneath, and I sprayed it and it just wasn't enough, and then I ended up just dabbing a little bit on there. So imperfection number one. This whole fender here, I had to redo because I did not filter my paint. I'll be honest, I got pretty impatient when I was waiting for the paint to filter through those paper filters, and I was like, you know what? If I don't filter it, it won't be a big deal, right? Wrong. The paint gun was blowing chunks all over it, so I had to go through it and then wet sand it, and because I was wet sanding it, it left a bunch of particles on there that I had to get into, and it was a whole chaotic thing. So if you're doing it yourself, make sure you filter your paint. Do not skip that step. It may be a little bit harder to tell, but when I was touching up that spot right there on the door, I kept going over it back and forth with paint, and so it came out a little bit darker than the other panels. If you're really paying attention, you can tell it's a little bit different, but when you're looking at it straight on, it looks a little bit better, but obviously not ideal. Now, there's a bunch of people that are going to tell you that you can't do this with a Harbor Freight air compressor or a Harbor Freight paint gun, and they're just dead wrong. I painted my truck with basically everything you see here, plus a hose. This is the 21-gallon McGraw air compressor from Harbor Freight, and it did flawlessly. This worked long enough for me to empty this cup, and it kicked on about halfway through, but then I went and I refilled it, and by the time I got back, it had already kicked back off. This guy right here worked great for me. If this is just like a one-time project for you, I highly encourage you to just get yourself a 20-gallon or a 21-gallon air compressor, because you really don't need more than that. Look, if you're thinking about painting your truck or your car, honestly, just send it. It's a great experience. You're gonna learn a lot, and you're gonna be happy with the results, even if it's not perfect, because you did it yourself, and it's really fun being a DIYer. Obviously, I still have a bunch of work to do, but let's be realistic. Project trucks, they're just that. It's never ending. If y'all have any questions about the process or the materials that I use, let me know down in the comments and I will get back to you. And if you guys have any other questions about the truck, let me know. But as always, y'all have fun, be safe, making choices. Have a good day.